Welcome to Soccer Talk, a podcast about soccer in Iowa, presented by Kick It Forward and sponsored by Scott Insurance Services, as well as Michael Keener, attorney at law.
Scott Insurance Services is an independent insurance agency located in West Des Moines, Iowa, servicing central Iowa and all surrounding states. They are family-owned and are a locally operated business with over 125 years of experience in the insurance services industry, specializing in personal and commercial insurance. They are a good friend of the pod, a huge supporter of soccer in Iowa, and run by Iowa soccer legend Billy Scott.
Michael Keener, attorney at law. Based in Des Moines, Michael's practice includes trial and litigation matters with an emphasis on commercial litigation, personal injury, criminal defense, and issues in the legislature and Iowa's administrative agencies. Michael is a longtime supporter of Kick It Forward and the work it does in Iowa's soccer community. You can reach him at 515-245-4330 or via email at michaelkeener@griefsydney.com. That's MKUEHNER at griefsydney.com, GREFESIDNEY.com. mkeener@griefsydney.com. Michael Keener, attorney at law.
This podcast is now distributed on multiple platforms, including Apple Music and Spotify. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes.
Hi there, I'm Ben Brackett with my good friend Blake Sievers, and we're here to talk soccer.
That's right, Ben. All Iowa soccer, all the time. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Iowa soccer supporters. Welcome back again. I was just had a friend in town. We were talking, Blake. We have done 30 episodes. This is our 31st episode. Isn't that crazy?
It is, Ben. It definitely is.
I apologize for not introducing you sooner.
I say they don't know who I am.
I know.
First-timers.
I know, our first-time listeners. Welcome to the pod. I'm Ben Brackett. My co-host Blake here is also my good friend, and we are hanging out here doing a little intro for our 31st podcast. This is a kind of a unique one today, Blake. They're all unique, right? Everyone's just a little snowflake.
Each one's different. But this one, you go into it not thinking there's going to be any soccer talk, but guess what?
Let's say, why do they call it soccer talk, huh? I don't know. Probably because we talk soccer. So one of our newest sponsors is the Purple Poppy Boutique, which is a female boutique, women's boutique out in Johnston.
My old neck of the woods, Ben.
That's right. Right where Blake grew up.
They're right there.
Did you grow up at the boutique? Or?
I didn't, but for those people around there, they're there by that Johnston Hy-Vee, by Greenbrier, and that little strip mall there, and is where they are.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. So they're having a big event, and we went and did a little live potting. Talked to some of their special guests, a couple employees, and the owner,
Paula.
Yep, the owner Paula, and a couple of her employees. So it's pretty fun. They were having a little wine, and people were hanging out to shop, and we were just talking soccer. It was the first night of the fair, so there was a little bit of that chatter as well.
It was. You're right, Ben. And just, I don't know, we walked in, I'll be the first to admit, I haven't been to many boutiques in my day, so I didn't really know what to expect.
You haven't?
I haven't.
That surprises me.
But it's a cool little shop there. It's really neat. The decor is good. I didn't know really what to expect.
Blake has quite the eye for decor, guys. If you've ever been to the studio, we've talked about how well it's put together.
Compliments of myself.
Compliments of Blake Sievers. But yeah, you're right. It is a really cool little boutique. And so Paula the owner was hosting kind of it was called Sips and Shopping, I believe. And so they were having a little wine and having people shop, but then they had special guests come in. which were Lindsay Arnold and Jensen Arnold from Dancing with the Stars. And
So you think you can
So
dance.
You Think You Can Dance, which those are like, some of the core television shows that I watch. No, I can't say that I do watch that stuff. I have watched some of it, but they were there, and there were some fans for sure. A lot of fans, more fans than I. We figured it was more they were there for us, but it turns out they weren't. But yeah, it was pretty fun.
It was. So, and if you guys are curious, like who Purple Poppy Boutique is, and you can find them on Facebook, and they're at Purple Poppy Boutique 1. And then they also have an Instagram page where, again, same name, Purple Poppy Boutique 1 as well. And then they are on Twitter, and that's The Purple Poppy.
Yeah, and
they
took some great shots of us the night that we were there, of the group at least.
They did, absolutely. And then
maybe not of us, but yeah. So we've got kind of like a hodgepodge of interviews for you guys today. Our first interview is going to be with Lindsay and Jensen. And it was a pretty funny little interview because we tried a new tactic out. When you liked that new tactic?
I did. I liked it a lot, but hopefully our future guests don't learn about it, because you get more candidness when we went unannounced hitting the record button.
Yeah, I think we disarmed them quickly. They were ready to chat. So we tried a little, just turning the recorder on, talking to them, and then slowly getting into the interview as we went, which provided for a couple of laughs. So I guess before we start that interview with Lindsay and Jensen, why don't you, since you're our research analyst, why don't you give us a little info on the girls? And I know, so they wwere there. Lindsay, she was the one that was on Dancing with the Stars. And she, what I read was that she stole our hearts during season 9. I learned that by reading, Blake. And so it wasn't because I actually saw it, but so the girls are from Utah, and it sounds like they may have like grown up a little bit around the game. And so Lindsay, I'm sorry, what I was trying to say though is that she was there. Sort of advertising her jewelry line. So she was also doing that in conjunction with chatting with us and hanging out at Purple Poppy. And then you want to tell us a little bit about Jensen too, Blake, or did I catch you off guard here?
No, Ben, you never catch me off guard. So yeah, Jensen, younger sister, she's the big soccer player
she is.
Of the sisters. We get in depth talking a little about soccer with her. And, kind of a tease for the interview is we talk kind of youth specialization in sports with her, and kind of when she decided to drop soccer and focus specifically on dance. And we kind of get into the dance as far as all the different styles and at what age, what time, and what decisions you make when you focus on a couple different styles as well.
And if you think that soccer players specialize early, geez, I mean, I think soccer's probably pretty moderate in that book. And so Jensen, so she wasn't on. She was on So You Think You Can Dance.
Correct.
Okay. Very good.
Did I misspeak?
No. I was just trying to confirm that for our listeners because I'm sure that's very important to them. I know that there's a big crossover from soccer and dancing, of course. So why don't we just like when I say hop into the interview, we're going to say here's the interview, and then it will just be happening. So, are you excited?
Here's the interview.
We're hip with the slang.
Are you guys gonna be there tomorrow too?
We are.
No, okay, cool. I was like, wait, I think I remember her.
Okay.
I wonder if we can get a little translation into like we could get them to do like the old power
skills
shot.
challenge.
Like we got some skill challenges tomorrow.
Well, Jensen actually played soccer for a while,
Oh, perfect.
but she's definitely more coordinated than I am, so don't ask me to do it.
Okay. So this is one of the newer things we started doing. We just start the interviews while you don't even know that's happening. So we started a minute ago.
Oh, sweet.
So now we want to know that Jensen's a soccer player. That's kind of like the most.
I don't say that I am a soccer
Have
player.
you
I
ever played
was.
soccer?
Yes.
Okay, so we have Jensen. Jensen, what's your last name? I totally
Arnold.
missed that. Jensen Arnold and Lindsay Arnold. Okay.
Yes. Both Arnolds.
I know. I want to be nice.
Well, you're stealing my thunder. First question. This is like we've
All right.
only done 31 episodes, so 30 episodes.
We're shaking it up here.
First pod or not?
Yes.
First pod.
Both
pod.
of you. Are you guys nervous?
So nervous.
I'm like
Terrified.
shaking in my boots.
I feel like as far as nerves go, this is probably one of the lower key things that they've dealt with in their day.
I don't know.
What's the most people?
Podcast?
Have you danced in front of people before though? Like, I mean,
No,
Oh.
we've never danced.
I mean, is that a thing?
We dance in front of quite a few people.
Dance in front of America.
So yeah, this is okay, honestly. This is a little nice.
But we're gonna talk soccer.
Okay, let's do it.
talk
We
soccer.
are
Half of
really...
you guys know about soccer, the other half don't.
Yes,
Which half knows about it?
but
So we're splitting it in half here.
Well, so we
and
both
then we're splitting it in half here
Here's
as well.
what happened. Our dad put us both in soccer. I was terrible.
Wait, who's the older
Jensen
sister?
thrived. I'm older. Yes.
Lindsay's older.
I'm
Okay.
glad you couldn't tell.
I was gonna ask, but I didn't want to.
Thank you.
I figured out they're sisters, so we might as well let them get at each
Do a
other.
bit.
Yeah.
Cash out.
Yeah, Jensen was actually good at soccer. I sucked. So.
Fair enough.
Yep.
Who's better at dancing?
Me.
Oh,
Oh.
Kidding. I'm
it's
just
true.
kidding.
All of my little sisters are better than me. At
That was
everything.
100% a joke.
But I concur. I'm happy about it.
Okay, so talk about that. So like you guys, you're growing up, you start playing soccer and not good at it, you're out, you move on to dancing, you stick with the soccer. And sorry,
Yes,
I'm
so
pointing.
I-
First I was pointing to the right,
Lindsay.
Lindsay, and then I was pointing to Jensen.
There
to
you
be
go.
fair.
No, so yeah, I danced and then I did soccer on the side, and then I had to choose between dance and soccer.
What age?
I was like,
10 or 11?
well, I played until I was like 12 or 13.
For what
That's our
club?
backup.
It was in
I'm not very
Utah.
confident in our
UFC.
I know.
abilities here.
USC.
Utah Football Club?
No, it was
UFC, isn't that like a Ultimate
USC
Fighting Championship?
Strikers.
USC?
Something.
USC or UFC?
You guys, I don't
It's
really
unknown.
know.
Where'd you grow up again?
Utah.
Provo.
Provo.
Yeah,
no,
I
that's what I'm
did
saying.
not
But
know
like,
that
so,
research.
but I'm saying like, so UFC wouldn't make a lot of sense. Maybe
No,
like-
that's
Okay,
fighting.
That is fighting.
Were you a fighter
don't
back in
know.
the day?
Yes.
It might have just
My
been in our
jersey was
backyard.
red and white. That's all I know.
Oh, okay. That was
It
the
was a
USC,
striker.
USC
USC
Strikers.
Strikers.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. That was it. Yeah, Provo.
Okay, I said USC,
Yeah.
Yeah, you
There
said that you
go.
did change
but
it.
I said UFC.
We figured it out.
Making sure we're listening. I like it, Jensen.
Yes.
So what position did you play?
I was a forward.
Nice. So you got some
Didn't-
pace.
Yes.
But didn't score enough goals,
No, I
which is
did.
why you quit.
No.
No, she was really good, but
was
she
good.
couldn't choose. Like, she didn't have enough time to do dance and soccer.
Dancing's a lot of time.
Yes.
So talk to us about dance.
Yes.
What about it? What do you want to know?
Why is there such a commitment to time for dance?
Just like anything, if you want to be good at it, you've got to like put your whole self into it. And we wanted to be good, and we competed a lot, and we competed all the competitions around the country, and like we
I
wanted
think-
to do well. So
Yeah.
So
And
why
it's
did you want
very.
to do so well? Are you guys competitive or
It was
something?
yes.
absolutely.
100%.
So the big thing in soccer is all these multi-sports.
What does that mean?
You want to
Other
play all these sports,
Oh.
so you become a well-rounded quote athlete.
Okay.
And so like we grew up, we had 14. We specifically said, hey, we're gonna play soccer, and stop playing anything else.
I did
so I'm
a little
interested.
earlier than that.
Yeah, I'm just interested to see what you guys, what age you decide, hey, I'm going to become the best dancer I can be, because people now say, hey, do gymnastics
They do,
because
they
that
say you
helps
should
your
wait.
balance.
Yeah.
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 Do
Well, it's
ice
kind of-
skating, do all this stuff. So what
Yeah.
age did you guys
It's very
decide to do that?
similar in dance though, because just because you dance doesn't mean that you do the same dance style as other people. Just like
Yeah.
with sports, there's
Other styles and
15 to
other,
20 different styles when it comes to dance, and by doing multiple styles, you are an all-around better dancer.
Yeah.
But yeah, you kind of like soccer. Sometimes you pick like your lane and you try to be the best at that. But I think it was. I mean, I had no. Let me maybe do soccer. I was terrible. Dance was always my thing, but I feel like Jensen actually had to
Yeah.
choose that.
And it was my dad was into it because it was the first daughter that did something that a father would love to be, get to be
The
at a soccer.
athlete.
Yeah,
not the typical
athlete.
father is not like, hey, I want to go watch my daughter dance. Not that
Yeah.
it's bad. It's
No.
super
Which is
cool,
what
but,
he-
like,
Yeah,
got
but I
himself
want to go to
into.
soccer
He probably
games
didn't
and-
dance, did he?
Yeah, no,
No.
he played
Big-
football, so he
Big
was
thing
a.
we hear is these
sports
dance
guy.
competitions. You guys go and you perform a dance for like 3-4 minutes, and these people travel a long ways, and then you're done after like 4 minutes. So
Yes
I'm just
and
interested.
no.
Is that still the
So
way dance is?
it's all
I don't
different.
know.
There are
Okay.
competitions where you'll go with your team, and you guys will have 10 to 15 routines that can be anywhere from 3 to 4 minutes long, and you'll compete all of them and then get placed. So I guess it just depends what level you're at, because some
Yeah.
people might go with one dance, but anytime we would go to competitions,
We
it was
had either.
multiple events, multiple like dances and
Yeah.
So
stuff like
I've
that.
been hearing, they're not very good at dancing.
No, maybe they're just
It's just
focusing on
different.
one thing.
Yeah.
So then where did you start? Because I remember like when I was growing up there, like there were girls doing like jazz, tap, hip hop, ballet. Like
Yeah.
where do you start? Where
Well,
Usually
when
jazz
you're
and
young,
ballet.
yeah, when you're
I was
young,
saying
you
Mormons
start with
probably
jazz
aren't,
and
you guys
ballet.
aren't starting in like the hip hop
Oh,
Doing something,
I mean,
are you? Or are
hey, look at us.
No.
We're groovy.
when you're young,
I got him.
Oh, I wish we had a video. For
yeah,
that, like,
sorry, you'll never know what just happened here.
you?
Yeah.
We need to up our media.
When you're young, you just I
do
feel
the
like
basics.
yeah, like jazz and ballet. Then it expands. I mean, we
Yeah.
expanded to all styles. So
Yeah,
yeah, hip hop.
And we
was
were
there.
lucky enough. We grew up at a studio that did all styles.
You got some tap in you?
Oh, not very good.
Unfortunately, yeah, but it's not
Really?
great.
Tap's super cool.
It is very
is
cool,
cool.
but we suck at
But
it.
not good.
Fair enough. You gotta have quick feet.
So the
Yes.
specialty for you both is
Ballroom.
Yeah, I would say ballroom has given us the most
Most,
opportunity
yeah.
in our career, but we're pretty well-rounded with
Well-rounded,
like
yeah.
ballroom, hip hop, jazz, contemporary, ballet.
what's the favorite? If we said, hey, you had 2 minutes to do this dance, you would choose
The twerking.
The twerking.
a 2-minute twerk. That is
Just wanted to
a
see your
long
face.
That'd be
time.
impressive.
As
That's
a
a
joke.
long time.
Okay, so we're on
Probably ballroom.
controversial topics. This is a good one. So, like, have you guys may or may not follow like different news publications. So, like, I remember I'm kind of a dork, and he'll tell you this, but I remember seeing an article in the New York Times about how they were doing. You said that you're both good at ballroom dancing. Like, do you guys ever ballroom dance together? Because like there's a whole thing about like it's a new like that you can make it neutral and like because it's a, like who's leading who's not. And I just thought it was really interesting because you kind of have to be able to do it all really. I mean if you're like a good dancer you should be able to lead
Yeah.
even if you're a female.
I
right?
mean, I've never danced with a female partner,
Yeah.
but like on Dancing with the Stars, my partners, the celebrity partners I get, have no clue anything about dancing, about leading. So in that sense, even though I'm dancing with a guy, I'm pretty
You're
much
running the show.
leading.
Yeah.
So it is like a universal thing. We never really trained with. I mean, I never danced with a girl in ballroom
No.
specifically, but it is becoming a thing.
Well,
Like,
in
Yeah.
England, where ballroom is like huge, one of their competitions, they have a same-sex like event, and that's like a thing, and
'Cause
it
it's
does
just-
really well.
So do
Yeah.
men dance with men?
yeah, well, it can
Yeah.
be men and men or women,
Women and women.
like
But
it's
the
whatever.
thing that's amazing to me is that you're gonna go from like it's the amount of men that just dance, right? There's not probably a ton. So like you're gonna go and like one guy is gonna he's gonna dance with like 8 different women
It's
just to
true.
like because they've got to get reps and he's like I guess I'll do it again. Like
Yeah, gotta get reps. I like that.
Reps.
well I mean that's what you're doing, right?
Pretty
I mean,
much.
that's what
Yeah,
you're
we're
doing.
working
Pretty
out,
much,
getting
yeah.
our reps in and
Yeah,
our
trying to-
cardio.
That sounds about right.
Yes.
So
Anyway,
what about,
it's just interesting
so,
to me.
Yeah, so you I'm assuming both of
We're
I know
moving
you
on.
Yeah, we're moving on.
And
Yeah, we're moving on. So we talked a little bit previous. We had a big meeting before this about what
Big,
questions we're going
real
to ask.
big.
A long time.
was it like just the craziest meeting ever? What
Yeah,
are we gonna
yes.
ask these
It was
girls?
like there were bullet points and
Yeah.
projector screen.
Good. Well, you guys are doing great.
And we
Yes.
forgot it all though. So
Okay, that's good.
All right, so you dance with a lot of athletes.
Yes.
Have you? Jensen? Sorry, let's again.
well,
we
so
don't have a video.
So first question was
Yes. So,
To Lindsay.
what
She said
athlete
no.
is the best dancer? / have you ever danced with a soccer player?
No, I have not. And there actually hasn't really ever been like a soccer player on the show. Maybe
I've
a
heard about
girl?
football players and basketball players.
Yeah.
Football players. I've had a football player, basketball players. I've had baseball players. Never soccer.
I know one soccer player that can dance pretty good.
Who?
Ronaldo.
His name starts with Ronaldo.
Is he good?
No.
No, he can't dance very well.
No, the only thing he does is like lift weights.
Oh,
Hey,
that works.
Scores
That's
goals.
making money.
No, so this
Yeah.
guy, you guys met somebody over there earlier who knew about Blake, and that Blake was in show choir in high school.
Yes, we heard.
Right. Yes,
And Blake,
we heard that you
so
can
Blake's got
bust a
some
move.
moves.
I can.
That's awesome.
What's your favorite move?
Um,
We're asking you the question.
So
I
would
know,
you
like,
sing and
don't-
dance,
don't
like
twist the-
multitask?
you can't twist the tables on us.
Yeah.
man.
Well,
So you never danced with a soccer player though?
Never.
So
There's
what
never been a
athlete
soccer
is-
player on the show Dance
No
with the
soccer
Stars.
players
Yeah,
are
that's
famous enough.
disappointing. I know.
No,
Okay,
I think
so
it
foot-
always has to do with like their season. Like they're never available
fair enough.
because they're always training, and that happens like you'll never have like a basketball player in the. Their
Summer.
off yes,
Summer.
thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah, so it's kind of like it works,
Because
but I
MLS,
feel like
you guys know all about MLS, I'm sure.
Oh,
so
of course
MLS
I
is
do.
right in the heart of the season.
Real
right now.
Salt Lake.
that's the.
Real
yeah.
Salt Lake.
Yeah.
Do you guys know Real Salt Lake?
Yeah.
Yes.
You guys ever go to games?
no.
I did. I
Did you hear
been to a
their
couple.
coach just got sacked?
No.
Becky got sacked.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I did see that on Twitter, but I don't know anything about
Yeah.
who he is or what. I just saw that on
He's
Twitter.
the coach.
Yeah.
Got
Sweet.
sacked.
That sucks.
What does sacked mean?
Fired.
Fired.
Bye bye.
Yes.
Here we
Yes.
go. Man,
Um,
that sucks.
It does.
Well,
So, I mean,
Last
we're-
night, soccer
yes.
and fashion.
Yes, that's right.
So you
It's
guys
like
watch
kind of our last
soccer. You
little-
know Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. I want to go back.
Messi.
Oh,
Hold on,
sorry,
I want to
hold
go
on,
back
sorry, we
to the
jumped.
dancing with the different athletes. So, like,
Okay.
let's just ignore the soccer players because clearly soccer players have the best rhythm. There's no question about that.
Yeah,
but
probably.
okay.
basketball,
They do.
football, yeah. What? Come on. Basketball, football, baseball, American sports. I'm assuming that basketball players are the best dancers out
I
of
thought
that group.
football would be.
I would say football.
Yeah,
Really?
football. Yeah, they have
Because
the
why?
fast feet.
Because
They
they,
have
but
the.
they have no real coordination. They just kind of push each other around. And
What?
Oh.
stuff. Are we getting controversial?
No, we're gonna these football guys.
I
are
know
not
they're
gonna
like,
like us.
we're getting sacked by the football.
So you guys
players.
think football guys?
Our dad was
Well,
a football guy, so we're
yeah.
taking
What
yeah.
position did he
huge.
play? What position did he play?
Strong
Safety.
safety.
Yeah, he just
Okay, so he had
smashed
good
guys.
hands, but he
No,
didn't.
he
like-
was dope.
Yeah, but like he didn't like. Was he?
Don't
a
you
dancer?
diss my dad.
Was he a dope at like
football
celebrating his
players
dances?
have
Oh,
been the
everything.
best. The football players have been the best for sure.
Really? Hear that, basketball players and football players?
I
Or,
mean-
baseball players.
Well, I got
Baseball
second
players, I
place
can't
with a
see
baseball
them.
player once, and he wasn't a good dancer, but he did really well. David Ross, shout out, boom, he's the best
I
person
can't
in
see
the whole
baseball
world.
players being very great dancers.
Well, it depends because all baseball players do very
They're all
different things.
different physical specimens.
Yeah.
Some are.
Whereas,
So-
like most of the time, all football players are going to
Okay,
be
last-
pretty.
last
We're getting the red, like the candles on in the background.
Oh.
Right? Like,
Yeah, we've
Oh,
got
okay,
huge
let's
things
do it.
coming
Hit
up.
us with your last question.
Last
hear
question
it.
was.
Super.
Remember, Ben, that you cut me off?
nope. 'Cause I didn't, it wasn't
You
my
said something
question.
about fashion.
Yes, so soccer and fashion. You know Ronaldo.
Yes.
Talk about.
Messi.
You know Messi. All right.
But do you know anything about soccer and fashion? Like in the way it's like a thing.
Because we're here at a women's boutique here.
How are they combined?
You guys don't, you don't know
Yeah,
anything about,
what
like
is-
like urban street fashion. You
I know nothing.
You guys are in
about-
LA. Have you heard of Undefeated? Have you heard of street soccer out in LA? Oh.
Do you guys live in LA?
No.
We're in Utah.
Part time, like sometimes.
Oh,
Okay.
so now we're like just take the air out of the interview.
Yeah. Let's cut this.
And now,
We
and
know
now
nothing.
2 minutes ago.
And
Fashion
then we're
and
like,
soccer.
and we're getting that
Done.
like the cut. It
You
from
can just
the-
at
yeah.
this point just put in like some bullet points.
Executive
and just, like,
producer
use
said
our
done.
words and put it together
Yeah.
however you want.
All right.
Well,
Well,
thank
so
you, girls.
Lindsay and Jensen.
Handshake.
I wish people could
Handshakes.
see the handshake, but they can't.
Strong
They won't even
handshakes
know
from
if
ladies.
we give a real one.
No, those
There
are
was
good.
one.
It was
There we
your,
go.
that
Never
wasn't
mind, don't
good.
say that.
Oh, we have
That was
very good
Blake's fault.
handshake.
Very good handshake.
Again, we got to end this.
Why?
Well, that's the end,
we should keep
everybody. Thanks
talking.
for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in and learning about soccer with Jensen and Lindsay, the best soccer players in the world. The end.
Great. I love
Cut.
it. All right, Blake. I hope that was as fun for our listeners as it was for us. It was a pretty good little laugh. You enjoyed that, I know, right?
Absolutely, Ben. Absolutely.
Blake loves talking to people. He doesn't care who they are, really, do you? So we had a chance to talk to Paula, the owner, and one of our technical producers made a mistake along the line. We seem to have lost that interview. So Paula, we apologize profusely. Instead, we've got a really great interview with Tony, one of your employees, and it was definitely a funny little interview, wasn't it?
It was enjoyable and kind of off the cuff.
Yeah, and she had a little soccer expertise as well,
Absolutely.
didn't she? Which
Absolutely.
This is what we find is soccer talk. We're always talking soccer. It is the thread that holds us together. So why don't we just hop in to the next interview?
What's your name? I'm sorry. Tony
Thompson.
Do you want to say your last name?
Tony with an I?
Tony with an
I say I hope so.
What's your full name?
I. Tony
With an I.
with an I.
Gotcha.
No middle name?
Marie. Tony Marie.
That's a
My
weird
my grandmother
follow-up
wanted
question.
it to be Antoinette, but my mom said she'll never be able to spell that in kindergarten, so we'll just shorten it to Tony.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's
But wouldn't that be
I like that.
wouldn't that be a
It's a
hard
good
one to
story.
spell? It would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
So-
so we're here with Tony.
Tony Thompson.
Tony Thompson. Hi, Tony.
Hi.
Is this your first podcast
It is.
appearance?
It is.
What are your thoughts going into this?
I have no idea what a podcast is.
Wait, okay, hold on. First of all, I'm sorry I stole your thunder.
You did.
I took his first. He always asks the question, "Is this your first podcast?" So I just did it. I got a little.
I'm known in the pod world as my first question.
Yes.
Is this your first podcast? So you took it.
Okay.
My bad.
No worries.
Now, so podcast. So do you ever listen to the radio?
Rarely.
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 Have
What do you listen to on the drive?
I have my music
Okay.
in my phone.
Do you listen to it on your phone though?
I do.
Okay, so like a
I don't
podcast.
listen to a podcast on my phone.
Right, but a podcast
Yeah.
is basically like a radio show that you can listen to on demand.
okay.
And you can
Oh.
either do it on your phone or on other devices.
Okay.
And you're going to listen now to.
Yeah, you're
speaking
definitely
of our pod.
This is, yeah, so
Oh,
this is a
okay.
good time for us to plug Soccer Talk.
Soccer talk.
Presented
Yeah.
by.
Yeah, kick it forward.
Kick it
And we've got your
forward.
co-host. This is
Okay.
Blake,
Okay.
Ben,
Hi,
Tony,
Blake. Ben. Hi.
and then hello, Tony.
Hi, me.
Okay, so tell us why you're here tonight.
I work at the Purple Poppy with Paula Byerly.
Very good. Are you like a full-time employee?
I
Like you're
am.
here all the time?
Yes, I am.
What drew you here?
What drew me here, I retired when I was 56 and decided to go back to work.
Like you just lost $50. Side note.
Hold on. Not yet. He hasn't made the walk yet.
Oh, we got a little.
All right.
Okay.
What is going on right now?
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Not by anybody down here.
Sandy, that's an Iowa boy.
There's
an
a
Iowa
true
boy.
Iowa boy. True Iowa boy. That was no shirt.
That was funny. That was good.
For 100.
That was funny.
Okay, I know. Hold on.
You look
So
good though.
Hold on.
I didn't
we're
say
done
that.
recording the pod. Hold on.
He'll Venmo you.
Lindsay,
Yeah.
Lindsay, that's a true Iowa boy right there.
That's confidence.
That is confidence.
Thank you, Blake.
Well done,
All right,
Sandy.
Tony. So,
Anyways.
are you from Johnston?
No, I am not.
Where are you
So you're
from?
I am
East
from
High
Pleasant Hill.
Okay.
Yeah,
East
Pleasant
Scarlet.
Hill. East High Scarlet.
So
Yeah.
we have a thing with geography on the podcast where we like to bring in. We have a special guest that comes in and tells us where things are. But we
Off
need
the
to-
record though.
Off the record, yes. But I didn't really know where Polk City was. I was not
Okay.
sure.
Okay.
Um,
Well, Pokes or Pleasant. Now what are we doing?
I don't
Taking
know.
off
Really,
here?
we're getting distracted.
Are we taking more things off? Are more shirts coming off?
The shirt is
There's
missing.
shirts everywhere.
How about a stripe one? You like the stripe one? Yeah, kind of.
Where did shirt go?
We haven't moved.
We've had
from
a
the pod.
theft. We've had a theft at the Purple Poppy Boutique.
Okay.
I don't have your shirt.
Where is it?
Why would you? Do I look like I have that much mischief in me?
I think if you step outside, there may be a shirt out there.
Wow. Too funny. That's hilarious.
Jensen.
Jensen.
Jensen. Jensen.
See ya.
Just hold on to it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, no.
Come on. Jensen. Where's your sense of
Nice meeting you,
fun?
Preston. Nice meeting you. All
It's
right.
not sweaty.
Ben, it's nice
Smells
meeting
pretty
you.
good.
Nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you too, Kimbo.
Blake, nice meeting you.
See you guys.
Okay, I'll see you. Nice meeting you.
Bye.
All right. So back. Sorry, Tony.
No
back
worries.
to where we were at.
No worries.
CPP.
We were talking about
Pleasant
so
Hill.
Pleasant Hill, and we have a little
Did
guest.
you guys get cookies?
Um,
Did you get a treat?
yes.
Yeah, you
Did you
can't,
get a
you
treat?
can't, you can't eat
He's
those.
not going to let you out of
I
that.
know. That's good.
You can eat
I will.
those.
Oh man, he's got to keep his body
So
fat
Pleasant
down.
Hills, Lee,
Yeah,
Town-
so
Lee
we have
Town-
a-
Lee Township against the world.
Yeah. So
East
we
side.
have a our guest
One more each.
geographer Eric Todemeyer would know Pleasant Hill, depending on what side of
Maybe.
the line you live
Okay,
on.
The
Things
river.
would be East High School.
We go by
Okay.
the river.
Yes, things are deteriorating.
So you
severely.
now, how'd you end up here at Purple Poppy though?
I don't know how we
was
started
retired
talking about
for-
that.
Yep. Sorry, you
Yep,
keep talking
yep.
about
I
that.
don't
I
think
was
that's why we
retired,
got
and I
things
heard that Paula
deteriorating.
had an opening for somebody to help her with sales, and I was in sales for 40 years at Wellmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. And so I thought, well, if I can sell a non-tangible, like health insurance, I can sure as heck sell the heck out of clothes.
How's that going?
Awesome.
Yeah.
I wish I was on commission.
That was my next question.
We should have got Paula
I
back up
so
here.
wish I was on commission. She wouldn't.
Well, that's-
I'd bank it.
So,
Anyhow.
do you have clientele from? Was it Johnston only?
No,
Or all around town.
we are all over town. We have people that have been here from Chicago. We have
wow.
been here people from Texas, just all over Iowa.
So describe for our listeners, describe the shop.
The shop, I would say it's
Or the boutique is probably
the
the best,
boutique.
better
Yeah,
way to
it's
say
a
it.
boutique, and it's very fun. Clothes from young ladies up to women who are young, like myself.
I was going to
and
say there's a lot of
66.
trendy women coming in tonight.
Yeah.
But it's not like to me, it's not your typical boutique where everything is priced out of the water for a lot of people,
Oh, no,
in my
no,
opinion.
no,
When
not
you
at
hear,
all.
you
No,
know, you
not
hear
at all.
that and it's just like, oh, I don't want to
No.
come. I think everything's
is-
super reasonable.
This
So
is the only
Blake's been
booth-
price checking on his breaks. He goes around and checks, and he knows what a blouse should cost. He knows what
Yeah.
a sweater should cost.
Right.
He's very good.
It's
No,
good.
so Paula was adamant that she didn't want anything in the store, in the boutique, that was going to cost more than $100. So we've worked real hard to keep that price point below $100.
Looks like I could probably dress pretty well in here if I needed to, right?
We hope you don't.
Oh,
We
yeah,
sure
I'm
hope
sorry.
you don't,
I just
but-
saw a couple things I liked.
Whatever. You can sure buy something for your significant other.
Fair enough. I've been buying a lot of bandanas for my dog recently, so you
Oh,
got
yeah.
any bandanas?
There you go. Actually, we can hook you up with a neck.
A little neck action, a little collar,
yeah,
possibly?
little collar action, yeah.
So, Tony, one of the
Definitely.
things we've talked about was fashion and sports.
Mm-hmm.
So the new, I don't know if it's new.
Very, very like urban fashion, which tends to be sort of like the cutting edge of fashion, whether we like it or not. So sports has become, like soccer, basketball, like a lot of those have become like wearing a soccer jersey or playing off of some of those designs has become like a thing. Is
It
that
is a
something? I mean,
thing.
okay, so
It
you
is
know,
a
talk about
thing.
that.
We sell a lot of team wear
Yeah.
here in the Purple Poppy. We also have a full line of earrings, leather earrings,
Super cool.
that go from soccer to basketball, football, baseball, softball. We try to cover all the sports for the ladies that come in, the moms, the girls, whatever, that want to have earrings for the games.
That's awesome.
Is it time for you to get in the picture here?
Looks like you're in.
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
Oh, you don't want to go to the team?
No,
she
I'm
wants. She'd
good.
rather talk to us.
picture?
When
Yeah,
she,
yeah,
she'd
I don't
rather
blame
talk to
you.
us.
No. I'm
So
good.
okay, so now they're going to be at the fair.
Yeah.
Are you going to the fair this week?
I guess where I'm going to be tomorrow.
Here, working your butt off,
Somebody's got
selling and not making commission.
Hint, hint, Paula.
No, but so like we just we wanted to make sure that we kind of rounded this thing out. So
If
that
I
it's-
was
it's-
off tomorrow, I'd be there. Sorry.
Yeah, so you'd be at the fair.
I would be there
What are your
with
favorite
them.
things at the fair?
My favorite things at the fair would be participating in what they're going to do tomorrow.
Okay, which is what? Like, come on, bring it.
Dancing,
little-
exercise.
Okay, very good. So you do a little.
I love it. Oh yeah.
And so then, what would you'd eat? You'd have to have something. What's your food?
My two things are I like
got
to
two.
have a guinea grinder from Mary's. Have you ever
Okay.
been to that?
No, but a guinea grinder sounds
Guinea
great.
do you know what it is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hot
yes.
sauce,
Come on.
Graziano's.
Yes,
It has
yes,
to be
yes, yes.
Graziano's.
I am from
hot
Iowa.
sausage. Okay.
And Des Moines.
Has to be Graziano's, and it's at Mary's. And then also I like to have cheese curds, and I guess
Had those
a-
Friday night, by the way.
Oh,
I
the
did.
chocolate chip cookies. A bucket of cookies.
Bucket of cookies.
Oh yeah,
Bucket
those
of
are good.
cookies.
Those are
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
And then hang out at the depot, listen to the music.
It is one of these things, like, because I've been talking to a lot of people about the fair, and people talk a little smack about the fair, but the fair's just got this little place, right? I mean,
It's fun.
I love it. I saw the stamp from today.
like, how many times are you going to go to the fair? 10 days is usually the fair. You're going to be there 1 out of 2 days, 50% of the time for sure.
I don't think this year.
No?
East Side
Or
night,
maybe
Friday
6.
night's a must.
He was there.
Maybe, yeah, maybe
East
6
Side
days.
night
That's a
is
Pleasant
Friday
Hill.
night.
Yeah.
You know, we always had I guess we always had that night to ourselves, and then the West Siders heard about it.
Yeah,
And
this guy over here.
Yeah,
Ben.
so the West Siders heard
Yeah,
about it,
easy
and they
drive.
saw how much fun we were having, and now the whole streets are full in front of the Budweiser tent, in front of the depot, because it's not East Side night anymore.
One of my favorite Twitter handles to follow is the Des Moines Police Scanner. Blake,
Oh,
I
yeah.
feel like you would appreciate this.
Okay.
They had lots of great tweets on Friday night. Friday night was an all-action
It's because
Twitter
of the
fest.
West Siders come and
That's
ruin
right.
it.
That is
And
exactly
cause
right.
problems.
That's exactly right.
Fair enough.
No, exactly
what you
right.
will.
So no, I love the Iowa State Fair. I've only missed 2 years in 49 years.
It's
2
commitment.
years, yep. The 2 years when my husband was in the Army in Alaska.
Wow.
Those are the 2 years I missed.
Okay, so like, let's take us out with a little small interview on being a resident of the state of Alaska.
Oh.
How did you like Alaska?
Well, we just went back 47 years later. We went back last June and absolutely love it.
Did you go to Juneau?
We did. We did. We took a cruise for 1 week and hit Ketchikan, Juneau.
Did you make it up to Chicken?
Never heard
Way-
of chicken.
yeah, way north.
Blake, have you been
Way
to Chicken?
northwest. I haven't, but I've got
never.
connections up in Chicken.
Did Totemeyer tell you about that?
He didn't.
Yeah. But we
Can he find it on a map?
We spent 2 weeks on the Homer Spit, and I caught a 100-pound halibut,
Oh,
and I brought that home.
did you bring it? I was saying, hopefully you brought it
Absolutely.
back. So what night
And
are we
about-
coming over for supper?
and about 50 pounds of salmon. So
Oh,
yeah,
that's
I have
awesome.
a freezer full.
That's great.
It's a beautiful, beautiful state, and if you
So
go,
summer sounds like awesome.
Summer's awesome, and if you go, you definitely have to go down to the Homer Spit.
Okay, and then
Yeah.
winter, tell us about that. What do you think?
I lived up there in the winter, and the coldest day was probably 50 below, straight cold.
So it was like basically Des Moines.
Straight cold. No, not Des Moines. But
Not
it
even
was,
close.
sorry, straight
Yeah,
cold.
careful.
Do
Mic
you want
check.
to say goodbye to the ladies?
Yes, we should.
Yeah,
So
wrap it up.
Tony,
No worries.
thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Tony. Blake, that was also a pretty funny one, and I love the way that we sort of just like started the recorder on that one. It was pretty funny. Is that just me? I just think it's funny?
Oh, I don't know. We'll see what our listeners think, Ben.
There's nothing like laughing at your own jokes.
That's supposed to be a joke.
Crickets.
Crickets.
Well, so definitely thanks to Purple Poppy Boutique. No question about that. They were awesome, super gracious and super generous with their time.
You know, if anybody needs to go get a gift for their significant other, that's the place to go. Women, go there, check out what they've got. You know, they've got their traditional women's clothing, but they also got some athletic gear.
Tell me a little bit more about their inventory, Blake.
No, I did. I checked it out, so it is.
Well, you do remember, though, and this is something that Blake does appreciate, they mentioned that what they sort of specialize in is having clothing that, while it is trendy and fun and things that people want, it's also affordable. And I think she even said like their price point is trying to keep things like kind of like $100 or less, which I thought that was kind of unique, because in my mind I hear boutique and I assume it's like, you know, high-end clothing, or not high-end, sorry, like expensive.
Correct. Yeah, I think they have the high-end look, but it is affordable for the middle class.
Yeah, well, and you know, here we go. Our fashion podcast is also going to be launching soon, and Blake's been researching all fashion very diligently, and so you guys just keep your eyes peeled for that. Stay tuned. Fashion with Ben and Blake will be launching soon.
It might be Blake and Ben instead.
Yeah, sorry, you're right. And this will be one where I'm your co-host,
Yeah.
and you just do all the intros. I
I'll
love
produce it then.
Guys, listen up. This one's coming. So thanks to Lindsay and Jensen Arnold, both super great sports, and also to Tony Thompson. Apologies to Miss Paula as well for botching her recording. Our technical person is just like, he's just not very good.
But she's there all the time, so
She
if you
is.
guys want to meet her, talk to her, swing in.
Yeah, and give her a little chirp. Tell her you listen to the pod, because I think she'll get a kick out of that and maybe give you a deal. I might be making that up, though.
Again, 5800 Mural Hay Road in Johnston, right there just north of the Hy-Vee, kind of in the Greenbrier area as well.
Right on. Well, so while we've kind of hit you guys up to remind you of everybody else's social media, let's also quick remind you about us. You can follow us on Twitter. We're at kick_forward, and on Facebook at kickitforwardIA. You can listen to the pod on any sort of streaming service that you would like. We've got Google Play, Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts. We're out there, aren't we, Blake?
We are, and Ben, just again, we got to follow our contract here. Purple Poppy on Facebook. Purple Poppy is
Blake read
at
the fine print.
Purple Poppy Boutique, the number 1. On Twitter, they are at the Purple Poppy, and on Instagram, they are also at the Purple Poppy Boutique 1.
Very good, Blake. And also just can't forget the crossover that we must get with, you know, people that want insurance, and then they need attorney services, and now we're showing where they can get their clothes.
One-stop shop for all, I think. We're becoming, Ben.
I love it. So quick shout to Billy Scott over at Scott Insurance Services, and a quick shout to Mr. Michael Roy Keener over there at Grief Sydney. If you guys want to hit us up in our DMs, we really like it when you slide in there. I almost messed up that phrase. Blake gave me a little eye roll there. But yeah, so stay tuned to us in the future here. We've got a pretty cool next kind of segment coming up. We're going to do a preview of college soccer here in the Des Moines area. So we're going to check in with the Drake programs and the Grandview programs, hoping that we can have a chat with not only Lindsay Horner and Vincy over there at Grandview, but also Blair Reed at Grandview and Mr. Garrett Smith over at Drake. And I should have mentioned that Lindsay's over at Drake Women's Program if you didn't know that. But anyway, I'm excited. Let's keep it rolling, Blake, and we'll just, we just finished our 30th pod. God, how many do you think we can do? Should we set a goal? Blake doesn't want to set a goal.
No, keep it going, Ben.
Let's just keep it going. Let's just, what
one
we should
day
do?
at a time, Ben. One pod at a time.
I like
one
that.
pod
I like
at a
that.
time.
We're only as good as our last pod, so hopefully you enjoyed this one. We'll bring the heat next time as well. Blake liked that one. All right. See you, folks.